Caribbean have been directly connected from as early as the 16th century. This connection started as a trading relationship and evolved into a complex exchange of people, ideas, and cultures. Such activities connected and changed lives on both sides of the Atlantic. Historical fragments tell the story of this rich past that still exists silently among us. Place names, family stories, documents, and even dimensions of our culture that we do not fully understand help tell this powerful story. This project continues the process of piecing the mosaic back together using the parameters of the past, the present, and the future. The project takes a closer look at how the Scottish Islands and Highlands and the Caribbean became linked. It explores the multifaceted dimensions of the interconnectivity which evolved and the ways in which new lifestyles were shaped and new communities were forged. Most of all, it emphasizes the extent and depth of the connections between these two distant and different areas in a period where communication was both difficult and dangerous.
Moving from the past into the present aspect of our project, the focus shifts from building better cultural understanding on our shared histories towards discussing contemporary shared challenges for our island nations, notably the impact of global warming and sea level rise. Global warming is affecting island communities in disproportionate ways, making heritage conservation and preservation a critical issue for the 21st centuries. Islands such as those off the west coast of Scotland and the Caribbean archipelago share the global problem of coastal erosion through rising sea levels and storm intensification, as well as economic recession, depopulation, and inappropriate tourism development. Considering the fragility of cultural identities and memories at risk as we enter this new age, the Shared Island Stories project is focused not only on sharing stories about our tangible heritage, such as museums and heritage sites, but also our very rich intangible heritage at risk of being lost, including native language, song, dance, and customs and traditions. The Scottish Gaelic concept of dúchas, meaning a sense of place, collective heritage, or homeland, encapsulates ways in which island museums and heritage sites foster a close community connection to the land and to the sea through tangible and intangible heritage. Another aspect of our present research theme, therefore, concerns how this connectivity can bring about significant health and well-being effects for people. It can lead to impacts such as reduced social isolation, positive emotions, increased self-esteem and sense of identity. The concept of dúchas is, of course, universal for many native and indigenous communities around the world, allowing bridges to be formed towards collective action between our island nations, seeking to shore up against the worst effects of emergencies such as climate change or the COVID-19 pandemic.
Shared Island Stories considers the future primarily through a transformative transnational youth exchange between the island communities of the Outer Hebrides in Scotland and the Caribbean island nation of Barbados. At the heart of this project's future aspect, there are dynamic youth workshops conducted both in person and virtually. These workshops are a collaborative effort between the University of St Andrews and the community anchor organisations such as the West Harris Trust on the Isle of Harris in Scotland, and the Barbados Museum and Historical Society, and Barbados Community College. Our aim is to engage young people in exploring their rich community heritage, reflecting on sustainability initiatives, and fostering climate action within the framework of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. A key highlight of the future aspect is the opportunity for the young people involved to participate in exchange visits, where young people from Barbados and Scotland will experience firsthand the culture and environment of each other's communities. This immersive experience creates an opportunity to visit Scotland's Outer Hebrides and Barbados, fostering deep connections, shared understanding, and reflections on the past and future. Through collaboration, mutual learning, and shared goals, we can forge a path towards a sustainable and united future. Together, we can address the shared challenges of our time and create a brighter, more resilient world for future generations to come.